Hey everybody, it's Bust with Battles with Bust number 4. Playing a champion here today you expeditioners most certainly aren't familiar with. We're going to be out here playing with Jayce. The poor guy, he got that beautiful spot on the Arcane television show, but he never made his way to Expedition, so he's been hanging out in Piltover, drawing up the plans for the new Hextech stuff. Just too fucking busy to make his way on the expedition journey. But the thing that really drew me to Jayce here with the release of the new set was the addition of Shaman's Call, which is kind of interesting in a few ways, right? It's, of course, the 6th cost spell, which activates Jayce and a lot of these other cards. So Jayce cares about 6th cost spells, of course. The Forge of Tomorrow cares about the 6th cost spells. But then it also gives us a way to really kind of like punch in with a lot of these games. You know, Jayce, if he comes down as like the 4/4 challenger, he starts to become like irrelevant quickly as he doesn't have any health, and you can give him perhaps the regenerate bare fist, or if he's on the quick attack mode, he tends to just get stuff thrown in front of him, and so you might look towards the overwhelm one as well. And so I think the Shaman's Call is kind of interesting. If we're looking for like a chain of events to where even maybe we just flip our Jayce and then just give 2 Forge workers +2/+2. It's not like the most powerful of plays, but it's something kind of interesting that you can pull off. There is just a ton of versatility coming out of these Shaman's Calls, whether or not it's the bonus to stats, the overwhelm, the regenerate, doing the AoEs, just lots of interesting things that we can try and pull off with this. And so, in general, the way I look at these Jayce decks is that it's kind of just a ramp deck, right? You do see all of these expensive spells in here. I mean, we've got like 15 or 16 or so 6th cost spells, but we do have the Forge Chief and the Eager Apprentice to help us get these spells cast. And so I look at this as kind of like the ramp package, except it doesn't suck, right? If we're out here playing the likes of Catalyst of the Aeons, that kind of sucks, but these are both pretty reasonable units in the Forge Chief and the Eager Apprentice. And then, of course, just not playing any cards lets you to bank up that spell mana. This isn't a game like Magic, as to where if we stall at 5 land and really need to cast our 6th cost spell, then we're just hosed. But in Runeterra, you can bank up that mana across a few turns and then still spew off your 6th cost spells pretty safely. And so that's the general idea going on here. We do have this pretty strong early game package in our followers. We do try and do some of the things that we've done across the previous videos, where we'll play like a 2-drop, and then a troll chant. We do still have access to this nice early game protective package. And then the problem that I typically found with Jayce is he's not super good at ending games, right? This is something that we would typically see an expedition with something like Yetis, as to where you get a bunch of 5/5 Yetis on the board, but then you don't have any way to win the game. And Ashe does a pretty reasonable job at this. She can come down early and be interactive and effective in those terms, but then between playing cards like Harsh Winds and the surpriser down here in Winter's Breath, she can just close out a game by making our opponent's team unblockable. And so she is one of the cheaper Freylord champions. I think she fits in pretty well here. We did enter the Winter's Breath. This isn't here just for the memes. It does have some usages. A lot of times we just need some additional time, right? If we're the deck out here playing all of these 6th cost spells, sometimes we just need a little bit more time to get to casting them. Frostbiting our opponent's team can do that. This ability is pretty powerful in the land where Galio is currently fairly popular, right? If the formidable deck comes at us, Winter's Breath can just like one-way Wrath of God their team, which is pretty cool. And I think this may have a place in the competitive landscape. I don't think this is something that you're going to want to play a bunch of. It's most certainly something you might consider including in a tournament lineup, but as your ladder grinder, I don't think you're ever looking towards more than one copy. But the mention of Galio and the Formidables does bring us to the big boogeyman of the format, which is Gnar. And of course, every deck you're playing has to have some kind of way to deal with Gnar. That's kind of an additional bonus to jumping into these decks with Shock Blasts. This is a fantastic way to get Gnar off of the board while doing a little bit more. And then the kind of catch-all removal in Thermogenic Beam can deal with Gnar as well. And so, this is what we're going to be battling with today. Jayce making the Shaman's calls, pulling out your cell phone, calling up Jayce, say, "Hey, Shaman, give me a call." Let's see what he can do. Here's Lux. Lux would be a good fit with Jayce. Not what we're doing here today. Turns out Shaman's Call is not a Demacia card, and so that would be a deck for another day. Trying to do the grand moments. I'm really surprised that in Expedition they never put Jayce into grand moments and let him hang out with Lux. It seemed like such an easy fit that we never got to play with out there. But kind of is what it is, as they say. Oh, nice start here, getting the bonus mana out of the Forge Chief, just cheating already. Cheating on that mana always feels good. The boogeyman number 2 conchologist, welcome out here, man. We'll show you the Pharaoh's Financier afterwards, see who gets to be a little bit more powerful today. It is kind of scary with these Forge Chiefs and the amount of Pokesticks in the format, but I think it's okay here. We already got the point of mana value out of this thing. I think he's going to be fine. And then looking at this one, we do already have our way to deal with like one of their champions in the Thermogenic Beam. I think we just need units at this point. I'm going to go with the assembly line out of our manifest here. So we could play like the Forged next turn, and then 2 turns from now we can drop the assembly line to ramp up a ton of mana. All right, shirtless bro, get on out here. Look at this guy. Says, check my chest, bro. I've been hitting the gym. I ain't afraid to show it. The Forge worker. Just a bunch of happy dudes working at the Forge, all shirtless and everything. He's got his Hex Core belt buckle. I think that's why Jayce never made it to Expedition. He spent all that time making the Hex Core technology, the Hex Tech stuff, and then he said, "Nah, fam, I got you. You needed a Hex Tech belt buckle." Oh snap! That's what he's doing. But all right, let's get in here to combat. Cool, not bad. But to just get a giant board rolling. So this is kind of one of these spaces as to where I was curious how much we might want one of these Shaman's Calls, right? His unit is bigger than our units. I did the mathematics on that. He's got a 4/4 to our 3/3s, but if we really want to, we can spread out some +2/+2s to these Forge workers if we feel the need. But we could look to add Jayce. I don't think I want to. I was looking more along the lines of just adding another assembly line. That's going to get our Jayce flipped when we play next turn. And then we can look to just Icevale Archer this Yordle Captain this turn. So we'll just go ahead and get our mountain of stats down here. Be ready with the Icevale Archer. Next turn we can play Jayce and then bank a handful of spell manas, and then maybe we open with the Shaman's Call. Maybe we open and hit with the Harsh Winds. Just all kinds of things that we can do. We need that. We need the... oh snap! What's it called? The Iceborne Legacy, right? That's the 6th cost spell we need to be playing at this point. Interesting. He just passes. What kind of combat trick would that be? Not a good one. He's not going to Judgment us. It's like whenever I see this shit in Expedition, you say, "Oh fuck, we're about to get hit with Judgment." But he's only got 7 mana here. That's certainly not the play. Oh, friend, what is going on? Yordle Portal, okay. You can get that burst blocker. All the Yordle Portals. Brother did have some units to play. This does not seem like a very effective turn for opponent here. He did not get the the bonuses from the captain because he has 0 attack. All right, all right. Pretty good looking board, pretty good looking place to be. Interesting in the assembly line. We can't just forego Jayce and just be super wide here. We gotta see what opponent does. Give up. That's probably a pretty reasonable a pretty reasonable outcome given the way that board went. All right, off to a good start. 1-0. So yeah, trying to think of all the telephone related songs I could think of on the day since we're out here. playing the Shaman's Call. You know, AT&T's newest phone. The new Android phone from Samsung. Shaman's Call. I've got some lined up. You can go and you can go play Lorelei by Styx if you want to get the start. It's a nice little jam. I love me some Styx. I know you young folks out there won't know who they are, but I assure you, those fellas can rock. You're probably just familiar with Sail Away, but I assure you they have a catalog of fantastic tunes. But let's see. Styx be damned. Let's see what happens with this one. It's almost tempting to go ahead and thermogenic beam this Treasure Seeker. I mean, this is just a matter of not dying, right? So if we drop a beam on the Treasure Seeker, this also potentially shuts down their natural lurks for the rest of the game, right? It's a potential, like, exponential amount of damage that beam stopped. Oh, how sick would this have been if he missed? Oh my gosh, if we just immediately got the kill. Oh, and he hits Rek'Sai just to make up for it all? Okay, my dude, okay. Maybe we'll roll a 20 on our luck here the next turn. Such an awkward turn now. I mean, taking the 5 is kind of whatever, but we're going to overbank a bunch of mana this turn. Alright, dude. Did he hit another Rek'Sai? No, the one was from her actually attacking. Okay. Jesus. And so, do we want to drop the assembly line, or do we want to play Ashe? I think we're going to just play Ashe here. We might want to spend the mana next turn on like a Shock Blast. And this should just be the kind of space to where he can only add 1 unit to the board. I guess having the pike takes that away a little bit, but that was the plan at least. The dude has the actual just have it alls today. Oh, another Rek'Sai. That makes sense. That makes sense. Waking Sands, you got it. So we still have the Shock Blast lined up to take down the Pike and the Waking Sands. Alright. Alright. I don't think we can take this damage from the Rek'Sai. Maybe we can. It's not that scary. Oh, we should have just blocked, right? Because this Pike's gonna ace everything. Oops. That's a fun mechanic. So we are pretty hosed now, right? We can't Shock Blast the Pike anymore. Not sure how we'll get out of this. Shaman's Call is always the answer. Let's start with Ashe and see if we can't get an attack in. We might just have to send it right back, but it's at least a little less scary. Okay. We can get a bunch of dudes on board. Just they all die to Pike at this point. Is there ever a space to where this game's just done? Let's be real. That's just too much. Too much under the high roll end of the spectrum for us to overcome. Like that game could just easily go such a different way if he doesn't like naturally hit on so many of those lurks. So kind of is what it is. 1 and 1. Move on to the next one. Oh man, that's like such a dangerous space if to have the unit on board and opponent just have to high roll on the Bloodbait card and then to actually hit Rek'Sai off the top. It's kind of insane. A little bit insane, if you will. moving forward onto the Trundle Gnar. Don't have an answer to Gnar right yet, but maybe it'll turn up. Getting all them spell manas. You're putting in the work today, Forge Chief. Oh man, we forgot to turn somebody premium. Yeah, that's what I'm intending to do with these now. Is we gotta come out and turn stuff premium like we used to be doing in expeditions, and so you gotta pay the pay to win fee. All right, we should be getting some decent attacks here. Here's the Forge. We can follow up with Jayce next turn and then have access to our big booms like Winter's Call. This is what I don't like about concurrent timelines. There was this on Hearthstone. There was this like lab, the equivalent of the Hearthstone labs, of whatever they call that, Tavern Brawls, is to where instead of drawing cards, you just discovered every turn. And it's like every single game took like fucking 25 minutes because every single draw comes down to a decision. And that's the only like thing I don't like about concurrent timelines. I'm glad that they've put like that piece to it to where where are you at, Challenger? Do we want the Challenger? Probably want the Challenger. To where it only happens on the first one you play, so it doesn't happen like literally every single fucking time, but it's still a little annoying that that's the way that works. Let's go big here, right? He's gonna get the pokey stick, but he can't flip his Gnar this turn, and then ideally he's got to be directing. Well, if we leave this back and say we block with the Forge Worker, how does that play out? I don't like it. I guess if he has to like send pokey stick face, that's kind of fine, but I'm looking to Shaman's Call down this Gnar anyways. That just changed now that we picked up the Frostbite. Oh, our Winter's Breath. we were so ready to play you, Winter's Breath. You've been driven aloof.
We made it. Yay. But our stuff did it.
2-4, sure. So do we want to just hit with everything here? I think it's kind of okay, but let's make him actually spend the mana on the pokey stick if he wants to take down our Icevale Archer. Okay. He declines. Aloof Traveler's number 2, making us discard more 6s. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, team. But this is going to be pretty strong here. We should be able to kill 2 of his units with the Shock Blast. We'll get the 3 mana back off the Forge of Tomorrow. Then we can replay Assembly Line to get 2 more 3/3s on the board. And then on our next turn, we can open with Shaman's Call if we want. Even better now that we just hit Harsh Winds. And so we can pretty much just ignore this Crocolith for the moment. I imagine that we're going to have to like block it with one of our 3/1s, and then he's going to pokey stick the other one down. But I think this is okay. Shouldn't be worthy of like a Harsh Winds this turn. Maybe we lead with the Assembly Worker, though. Okay. Says, oh fuck, that Jayce gonna flip. I mean, we could realistically next turn look to just play Acceleration Gate. Okay. That's completely fine. He gets to save the unit, but our Jayce still flips when we kill one of them. Surprised he didn't save the one that actually does something.
These old eyes still see far and clear.
I do like the Apprentice here, right? This open isn't like ultra appealing. He can still just shut down quite a bit of this. I think we want to get more on board and then try to Acceleration Gate. It also lets us quick attack challenge with our Jayce directed at the Ancient Crocolith, which is kind of nice. Oh my god, so many decisions. This is literally one of the most annoying cards ever made. Yep. Alright, my dude, here come the booms. We get the coolest keywords 2022. What do we hit? Fearsome on Jayce, Elusive on this guy, Regenerate on one, and then Scout on the Eager Apprentice. I bet someone wishes they had their Pokey Stick back.
Ready the torches.
And this is why I was kind of talking about, wanting to have the likes of Ashe in the deck, right? We're just going to come in here and just have like this monstrously good attack and just a big blowout of a turn, but we're not actually winning the game this turn. And so that's the real perk to having something like Ashe in here and just be like, well, fuck you, you can't block. All right, not a bad turn though. Not ultra worried about Trundle.
Can't if you to grace us with your presence, milady.
Axel, shut up.
So what do we want to do here? I'm leaning towards just playing the Shaman's Call and then dropping all of the dropping 4+2 attack and overwhelms. Right, we get to play it twice because of Jayce. I think that's okay. And we still have this Troll Chant lined up in our hand. Holy shit, we get... Oh, it's 4 stances. I was like, holy shit, do we get 8 of these things? I was like, what did I miss in my brilliance here? But, oh, okay. I got you. I got you. +2 attack overwhelm. Thank you. I think that's where we want to stop with these. We're not going to actually win. Are we going to win the game next turn? Like, we can play through Pokey Stick because we have Troll Chant. This is going to give us 10, 18 Overwhelm, and he's going to have 5 block. Okay. I'm convinced. I guess the last question is, do we want to boost Jayce so we can try and take down Trundle? That's probably realistic. If we run into like a harsh winds next turn, I don't want our Jayce just getting aced out here. So let's do pick up. We want to give him +2/+2 just to be a little bit safer. He has 5 health. This is going to be shutting down the Forge Worker. This would be 5, 9, 10, 11. So we're still lethal if they don't have another card. Let's just give him +2/+2. The 1 damage shouldn't be too relevant. Alright. Let's go, cool stuff. Alright, we did it. All these shirtless fellas out here with their bare hands. Quite nice.
Come on.
Market a W, C Chris S. we're blasting through. Uh-oh, what do we got? A 3 Sisters? Okay. I suspected we weren't going to end the game this turn. Give an ally 2. Oh, sure. Give an enemy -2. Okay. Nothing to do now, which is a little awkward, but still a pretty powerful place. Our board is looking good. True Shot Barrage. That's kind of lame. kinda lame, my dude. Trying to make this game end and you're out here doing shit like that. Do not approve. See what big boy gets here. Does he still get all the mana back from this? I'm sure he does. Oh my god. It's my biggest peeve with concurrent timelines. It takes fucking forever.
He's lucky to have me, in my opinion.
Alright, duder. I got my harsh winds all lined up for you. I'm ready. Never been more ready in my whole life. I guess he did have to sit through us playing all the bare hands. He gets a little bit of credit, but it is what it is. Flame chompers, you got it, dude. Just downside, we're not going to be able to lethal next turn, right? We might have like something decent happen. No, we're not. He's gonna completely shut this down. Gonna hook a 0 attacker. This piece of the equation's pretty dangerous, though. All right, so it's like this. We would have some potential here if we had like this 5 attack overwhelm, but we're not able to chunk through quite enough overwhelm next turn. This is a real pain in the dick. It's like he's not gonna. Well, he might actually be able to lethal us next turn, but it's like if we want to make this attack, we have to harsh winds as Wrath of the Freylord, and we can't use it defensively on the next attack. It's a real bad spot to be in. Sure. All right. I'm pretty convinced we've lost this one at this point. Let's see what we draw, though. Ashe? That's one way out. Don't mind if I do. Incoming something lame, right? if he's gonna be out here playing thermogenic beams on the previous turn, I can assure you he's going to have something lame here. And spot on analysis from FTP Bust. All right, let's pass it up. See if we draw something cool. Who knows? Maybe we'll hit a sweet 7 drop with our financier or something. He doesn't open. We can just play the crystal arrow now. Hit the stairs. Oh my god. That's pretty good. Who even plays these dumb cards? Why didn't that kill his units? Oh, he went landmark. Shit, okay. We got the harsh winds. If we draw Ashe, we could still shut down most of his blockers. What up, Jayce? Well, let's go with the challenger, right? We might find ourselves in the place to where we challenge down one of these little dum-dums with him having overwhelm or something. If we draw a Shaman's Call, we could probably pull that off. No.
Let's get started.
Not allowed to do anything cool. Alright, well I can definitely assure you after playing this one, we're not going to make it up to like 8 games today. Don't blame it on me, blame it on this guy. Buried in the ice. Sure. Is he going to drop another thing from below, whatever it's called next turn? We can get out of this attack, right? We have the harsh winds for his 8s, but if he kills all of our units, then we're in a bad spot. So this takes us to 2. Oh, we can't troll chant because we can't target any of our units. Sure. Okay. Alright, game. Something cool. You gotta give us something cool. Feeling good about it. That was not it. Alright. Oh, that took fucking forever. Jesus. Okay. Alright, on to the next one. Oh. Where'd we go? Here we go. Yeah, and like, matchups like that are just unfortunate. It's like, I know that the concurrent timelines NAR is extremely popular now, but it's it's probably too popular to the point to where you can't just concede to it on the ladder, right? Like you do run into these spaces to where it is unfortunately just more effective to concede games and get them over with. Like if your end goal is to just hit, Masters or hit Diamond or whatever your personal goal is in Runeterra, and having to play against something like concurrent timelines is ultimately like a little unfortunate as well, in the sense that. Hang on, where's that going? I played this and I was like, would we have rather just played the Eager Apprentice Troll Chant into battling these things? But I think it's okay to let go. But as you kind of like climb the ranks and people try to big brain it a little bit harder and really try to think out all of the plays and take as long as they can. People are just going to maximize how long every single one of those discovers takes. And so have fun playing against that deck with Conchologist, Loping Telescope, and all those expensive ones. But here, this is like not horrible. We might be able to get a good Shock Blast next turn. I don't really want to just like spew our Forge Worker into this Broadwing. It might be where we land, but let's see. You can usually get like a value unit out of these decks, out of the Galio Brahms. They play like the dudes that give out bonus health, and they give out toughness and health, and tough and health and such, and you can find some good targets. But it's back to the awkward space to where there's also the horrible Troll Chants and Icevale Archers. So we'll see. We'll see. You at least played a dude with some stats that makes our Troll Chants a little bit better, but okay, let's give him a chance to spend some mana, but we really need some stats. Needed an assembly worker here or something. We should definitely just be playing more Winter's Breaths. Fuck these guys, right? Interesting no play. Alright, well, let's battle. Kind of an awkward space for us to be in now. Our hand just does literal nothing on this board. And he's not going to add anything else this turn. Like, we can add the Apprentice. His like mana bank at this point is not a big deal, but this is a very not good space for us to be in. Need to find a Jayce real quick. Oh man, he knew of our Winter's Breath shenanigans and and put the bonus on his unit. Oh man, why would you? Oh, I guess giving it Overwhelm is relevant, but oh man, oh what a bad space for us to be in. We need an Ashe or something real quick. Yeah, these Forge workers just aren't enough.
I hear they only are the very best.
A mistake is the first step to improving.
I'm leaning towards like what happens if we like shock blast the 3/2 and hit face, and then he's gonna have a trick though is the downside to going all in onto this protege. Maybe we just go ahead and drop our Ice Veil Archer, and now we can potentially attack with everything. We're gonna lose our Forge workers to the big dragons. This sucks so much.
Safety first. Need clearance, pal.
Oh, he's got overwhelmed now? Oops. Okay, fall to 4. We could drop the harsh winds on something. Look out. Look out, my dude. Yeah, this is just all around a pretty terrible draw. This is something you will run into with ramp decks, to where you just draw the wrong half of your deck at the wrong time. Sure. And that's kind of what we did here. We got like too much interactivity. I don't think that there's like a real way around this now. Like, I mean, we could look to play something like Progress Day. I mean, maybe that's where we kind of need to go with this. Or how I feel about that. Like, what if we take out like one Harsh Winds? And it's like I'm scared to take out Troll Chance in the ladder because there's still so much aggro stuff running around. But maybe we do this. Let's take out 3 Sisters. I've never wanted it anyways. Let's take out one of the Harsh Winds and just add in 2 Progress Days. Where are we at? How do I spell? How do I spell real good? There we go. All right. Save. Jayce deck version 1.1. Oh, how do we get this record updated? Who the fuck are these champions? Jesus. Oh, it's Trundle Gnar again? Oh my god. I'm just not gonna deal with this. it's just like such a bummer. I mean, I guess you can wait turn 1 and see if they have concurrent timelines or not, but it's such a bummer knowing that you're gonna be in for like a 15-minute game or a 20-minute game. In what is, one of the more popular decks in the format. We'll play it out. We'll give it one more go. But we'll have to see if we can't find a more convenient place to concede if it doesn't look like it's particularly winnable. That was a big decision. I'm glad the dude took the full 15 seconds to decide if he wanted to play his concurrent timelines on turn 1. Oh my god. We want to Feel the Rush? It's easily the most powerful out of these. I think that's where we're at. Maybe Feel the Rush is the card that we would want as opposed to adding in more Progress Days. I could see that. Maybe it is Feel the Rush. The more I think on it, the more I like it.
I can barely keep up.
This is like we can run into a lot of the same problems with the likes of Progress Day, where we just draw a bunch of the same cards that we don't need, whereas Feel the Rush always just gives us a big game ender. I tell you. We got this unfortunate space to where we drew the 2 forges, and so, I mean, a 3/3 for 3 is not a horrific deal, but we would definitely prefer to not lose all of the mana. Right, if we have 2 forges on board, we can't regain 6 spell mana. Yep. Uh-oh, dude's making angry faces. He says, "Bust, you're ruining my day, bro." Sure.
Nothing escapes my watch.
Are we? I was thinking, it's like, are we ever ready to just like boom off this harsh winds? It doesn't seem very good. We're not really doing too much with Ashe, though, right? I guess. I just don't like it.
I'll stop you.
You've gone and spoke to them.
Let's get this board cleared out as much as we can, and then we can build up to the Ashe and the Field of Rush a little bit after this. Just like, she just definitely can't attack on board when they have 2/3 attack units. Sure. All right, well, we've got him fairly drained out of cards. It's just as soon as he... Oh, nice. As soon as he drops Trundle, we're going to have another problem. Sure. Okay. Not a horrible place to be in. There's the Trundle. He doesn't have 8 mana just yet. And we can just ignore the Trundle attack here. Interesting. Well, I'm on board with, well, probably not on board with getting rid of the blocker, right? Like, how much can we even do next turn? We can only do 12 plus 5, or 12 plus 6, 18. If we, say, Harsh Winds 2 of his units, and then Frostbite the 3rd one with Ashe. Okay, let's just go ahead and get rid of it. He's trying to cycle, that's fine. Oh, we can. We can't cast all of our spells, though.
Faster than my arrow? I think not.
I do gotta give this guy props, though. He's not taking a half hour on his discovers like that last dude was. I hate to get too salty about it, but man, it's just like one of those things to where if you could play like Hearthstone under Nozdormu every single game, I would love it. Or those people out there that just play Blitz Chest instead of the regular thing. Like, it just sounds so much more appealing to me to to not have to deal with this stuff. It's just so super slow.
My aim is true.
But, as you know, my aim is true. Let's fucking boom a mash. I thought we were going to get another Forge Worker. Those mathematics did not work out exactly right, but... Oh, I was considering that if we could play all the cards with the assembly line thing included. Gotcha. I know where I went now. Let's see if he opens. If he doesn't open, we can Crystal Arrow this. If he does open, do we just take the 11? This is kind of tough. Like our blocks are pretty terrible. He's gonna get a thing. He's gonna get a pokey stick either way, which he can use to take down our forge worker. And then we're like a little bit short of the lethals next turn with the Feel the Rush, but we have the giant ass dudes on board at that point. We probably just need to not die here. Let's get the one block in. So it's like the question is like, is the forge worker realistically going to do anything here? Maybe. Right? If we get 2 more forge workers on board and then we're going to Feel the Rush Ashe into play next turn. Okay, let's take this one. Right, his line here is he's going to play the ice pillar to get the 8/8 or the 8 mana unit, and then that's going to be the end of his turn pretty much. He might add something else irrelevant, but I don't suspect it's going to happen, and then we can Feel the Rush. Definitely just going to take these progress days out for Feel the Rush. I think that's where we should be. It's fucking scary, Trundle. Jesus. World Breaker Trundle isn't playing any fucking games, my dude. That is frightening. And the thing that gets me is Pokey Stick, right? Doesn't Braum have like boomerangs? Why is he throwing like the bones around? I thought it was like a boomerang / tooth, if you will. I'm pretty sure that that's what his weapon of choice is boomerang tooth, not Pokey Sticks, not Star Bones or whatever that's called. Boomerang tooth. All right. So here comes Mega Gnar. I got some Tintins for you, Gnar. Yeah, KDA noises. Does this just pick a side for you? Oh, it doesn't get either of them? I thought it just picked a side for you with Jayce. Fuck. We had such high hopes for this shit. And then that happens. Alright, well we can still draw a Harsh Winds and not be dead, but... Damn. Alright, well, at least we got to learn about the Feel the Rush in that one. I think that's probably a pretty reasonable addition. Right, as we're playing the progress days, and it's just kind of like drawing more stuff that you don't want to actually play, and it can actually do the problem as to where you progress day your spells down to 5 costs, and then the 5 cost spells don't do what you need in terms of like activating Jayce and everything. So I think I dig Feel the Rush, but oh, this matchup, this is gonna be a bad one for all the times to come. Okay, reasonable enough hand as we come out here to battle with Soraka. We should just be hard mulliganing for our Winter's Breath, right? That's where we should be. I think this one, maybe we should have mulliganed the assembly line. You run into the kind of awkward things here. Well, we can just like not play the finance here on 2. I guess that's always an option. Yeah, it's definitely not good in the face of the Broadwing. All the financiers, jeez. Here's my money. Take it all, my dude. Take it all. If he plays like the Bolus or something, I'm really tempted to just Thermogenic Beam this. It seems like he's deciding if he wants to like boost the health on the Broadwing and then just open attack. And it's a fairly juicy target to just blow up after he makes this big investment in it. I think this is fine. Sucks a little bit in terms of mana, but
Can I try?
we can't just be like playing Forge of Tomorrow and having it get hooked by his 4 health wing, whatever it's called. Now here, it's like we can play Jayce, but I'm not like amped about it. I'm more interested, I think, in like playing the Forge of Tomorrow and then following up with the assembly line. It's just like we can't play these financiers; they're not going to do enough. And maybe we do threaten this one unit with Jayce, but doesn't seem like enough. Maybe we'll find ourselves getting like a Frostbite challenge next turn or something. So that it's tough to do against Formidable, but maybe something will be there.
Our mountain girls are full of dangers, but I know them all.
All right, let's get to work.
Right. What are we doing again?
So many shirtless bros. And man, the Winter's Breath does not look good this game. What is up with this dude playing all these units with attack? That's not the way this is supposed to go. Wouldn't be surprised to see him just pass it back to us. It doesn't seem like ultra appealing to get a bunch of damage onto Soraka this turn.
You leave me no choice.
Another project?
What is his angle? Just looking to get a trade? Like we can put like Soraka to a little bit, and then like to 4, and then try to hook with Jayce, but that's never successful. The question is, do we want to like trade with this dum dum? And I think that's probably okay. Pick up Ashe. She's close to flipping. It's like that's almost tempting, and that if she can like find one good attack this turn, we can actually. I think this is where we go. Like, say we play Ashe,
On one arrow.
and then the only way that this is the way this will turn out bad is if he has like one of the dragons, right? If he plays like the 0/6 dragon, or if he plays a big formidable, we can't frostbite through it. Against standard decks, right? Say he plays a 5/5 here, then we can just frostbite archer the 5/5 and attack with Ashe, and then her frostbite ability is going to go. But interesting. Quite sure what his angle is here. Like, Starspring is definitely like, hey, watch me stall, but all right, I'll take the bait.
Go no further.
Another obstacle.
You saw it here first. The bait was taken. Mastered it, if you will. Very adult of me, very adult. But yeah, I mean, this can get us in a decent space, right? She's definitely going to be able to flip next turn. We can't get the like the crystal arrow, right? That's a little bit too slow, but the Ashe flip can certainly happen and shut down any of his formidables.
Stand back.
Control chance, surprisingly useful.
I will open a path to the heavens.
We have like this Jayce, but I feel like let's at least start with one of these card draws. Like if we play this, it's like it's a struggle in the sense that we can't like play Jayce and the Frostbite Archer, but I just don't feel like that's where we want to be. Let's take the unlicensed innovation here. We could actually just go for the Iceborne Legacy on the Forge Workers, but we don't have any more after this.
An awesome day for progress.
This works out pretty okay mana-wise. right. Don't have any spectacular blocks here. We can throw something in front of Soraka, which we might need to do. Getting her to 5 health could be relatively important. Oh, she picked up elusive. Shit. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna be short of lethaling next turn, but I think at least I don't know. We're gonna be coming in with 10 on some of this. Oh god. Heal an ally to full and then strike. You're not being cool, Zepshun. Not being cool, my dude.
I'll protect you. Stand back.
All right, so the new downside is we can't just open, right? I was hoping that we'd be able to open. Ashe, who does she frostbite? This dumb down here to the right, that makes sense. I guess that's who we need to start with the archer, but it's not the unit I want to have killed. This is like a unit I want to have in combat. Right, we should probably take the Soraka out of the mix. I don't want her to be like injured and drawing a shitload of cards. I guess he's gonna get to draw cards anyways, but we don't have good attacks into Soraka either way. Whoa, the Zenith Blade, my dude. My dude. Alright. That wasn't gonna be on my radar. Still can't play Jayce. That doesn't seem great. Okay. Ashe flips, hits the that thing. Okay.
Lead us to victory.
But I mean, if we get to kill his 2/2 this turn, and then maybe we get a frostbite next turn or something, we'll see. I don't think this is like too much of a scary combat. It's just more so worried about the heals next turn with this dumb Stargazer on board. He's still a little bit short with the Stargazer though. And we'll get to see if we draw something cool with the Financiers. We get 2 draws at like a fast spell to get kills, to get shutdowns with these. Such a weird draw from opponent though. They haven't played a single formidable this game.
Got to model for me?
Another path, another problem.
Takes 11 down to 7. Okay, I dig. We just dead to Starspring? I wasn't paying like total attention to the amount of health we took off of Soraka. Maybe we should have just like not been attacking this turn and then tried to get the kill next turn. That might have been the better way to go about it. Once we had the unblockable crystal arrow, I just kind of ignored that the Starspring was a thing. Might be dying to that. Like you're so late, Winter's Breath. You're so late. Well, we might be able to do something with this.
I help when I can. Shut up when I can.
I can't recognize like how much he's going to heal off of this stuff, but it's 7, 8, 9, 10, probably 10ish.
Be at peace.
That takes it to 25. Fuck. All right. So that was probably our bad. We put all that extra damage out there. I think once we got to the point to where Ashe was, or once Soraka was able to block, we should have just given up on that combat. I think that was probably a mistake. That wouldn't have like guaranteed that we could win the game, but we did like a bunch of unnecessary damage to his units that he was then going to heal with Soraka, and so I think we should have like played that to a degree to where we weren't as close to dying, and then either trying to kill with the Crystal Arrow Ashe or at least leaving ourselves in a space to where we don't just die to the Star Spring. Think about this. You want to just boom out a Shaman's Call? I think we're good to get rid of the Troll Chant. Like, I want to pick up some of the ramp. Let's hang on to Jayce and just look for some of our cheaper plays. Okay. Yeah, definite game plan problem with that game. That one was on us.
See the Demastian order from here. Look out for reavers. Alert the villains.
Winter's Breath is ready. It's so ready. So ready. Sure. So I'm not like familiar enough with what's happening with Anivia here. Like traditionally, Anivia Shadow Isles is doing a bunch of stuff with like the Chronicler of Ruin and Harrowings and shit. So you just get a whole bunch of Anivia eggs on the board in the same turn, kind of like a combo style deck. And so I don't think our Jayce is going to need Challenger here. I'm going to go with the quick attack Jayce and see if he can't just punch in damage. There is a real world here where it's like we attack with everything and then he pops him with a Black Spear. But we'll see if that's what's lining up.
What will you have?
Okay. Blighted Ravine's not that much fun. Do we want... No, this just doesn't do anything, right? Playing the Eager Apprentice. It's on you, Jayce. You got to do the cool stuff here. Do we want to... It's like... It's tempting to just come in and try and boost him with the Shaman's Call, but I think that that's gonna result in being a disaster. This is a fairly awkward turn. I think we have to, like, Shock Blast. And then we can follow up maybe with an Eager Apprentice, depending on what's on board. But a lot of our hand was kind of counting on that, counting on those dudes to be there.
Here in your time of need. I protect this place. Tomorrow we rise anew.
All right, so this is the point when they start to like Chronicler of Ruin the eggs, right? But he's a little bit further away from the enlightened step of this. Rekindler, okay. Oh man, we got the Winter's Breath to come in and kill all the Anivia eggs. Oh man, what combos? What combos?
Replicating the power spike.
Oh my goodness. Where are you at? O2 regenerate. You can take down the Eager Apprentice for now. But let's protect our Jayce a little bit. Make this block right, and our Jayce just doesn't die. He could get popped by a Vile Feast, which I guess is a little scary. He's got that 2 mana. We don't have any way around it. Who's ready to YOLO? Are you all interested? Are you interested in the YOLO? Alright. Say a prayer for our friend Jayce. he's about to get boomed.
I'm on it.
Uh-oh. Is he gonna have that Vile Feast? He's gonna have it, isn't he? Uh-oh. Oh, nice. We got through that? Okay. Okay. Did we give him Overwhelm yet? No. Okay. Alright, so what are we doing now? Ashe is kind of nice. Get the at least get a strong attack in. It's going to be the I think kind of the well. Do we have to worry about the harrowing? Is that going to be our new problem du jour? The problem of the day and the harrowing. Maybe we just go for the lethal with the acceleration gate.
I will unite the Freljord.
This is like oh the ruination. Okay, I was gonna say he can just have like a vengeance here, which is ultimately fairly awkward for our Jayce. Okay.
The spirit of winter awakens.
Give me some of them KDA noises. We gotta we gotta recover in this one. All right, big Jayce, big Ashe, ready for battle.
Now's not a good time.
So he does get the Anivia back next turn. Right, the eggs are ready to hatch, but we can open with Harsh Winds. How scary is that? Like, what if he? The question starts to become like, what if he has a like a vengeance or something, and that's pretty tough for us to recover through. But we don't have a lethal in our hand either way.
Interesting use of tech.
Oh, we did. We did not need to do that. We could have just attacked. I forgot we. Oh, the Ashe isn't. Oh my god, I'm fucking losing it. Oh my gosh, this Ashe is not flipped. And he had the vengeance. Okay. Oh my gosh, why do you all even bother watching this stuff? Okay, that was not my finest moment, but we'll see if we can't recover out of this one. Probably looking at Progress Day now, just to draw some more cards. Okay, I'm on board.
I'm your man.
I don't think we can beat the Harrowing. Sure. I haven't kept track of how many Anivias have died this game, but we'll see. Okay. So what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Okay. Oh my gosh, we have not had a particularly successful run today. 1 and 6 so far with the Jayce deck. Let's get ourselves in 2 more, and we'll call it a day. But I feel a little bit better about it now that we've added in the Field of Rushes. It's a little bit stronger. That was. I'm not sure if we would have gotten ourselves through that one. I think most certainly. I just thought in my head that it's like, oh, we've gotten beyond this. Like, we're so late in the game. This Ashe is a 10-10. She's just out here ready to flip, and she was nowhere near flipping. And so, just a complete brain fart and harsh winsing the unit. I don't know if we would have been able to win the game if we would have played like the Forge Workers, so that we would have gotten the double Forge Workers with Jayce on the board. I think opponent was at like 14, so we would have been reasonably short, but it would have probably been a little bit better line. Uh-oh. Mono Shurima bro isn't ready for these Forge Chiefs.
Would you look at this place?
What do we want here? These cards all kind of suck. Let me double check on this anomaly. When you draw or create me in hand, it just changes into different ones. I don't think we're going to want the Transmogulator this game. Say, acquire me all the mana, please.
Let's get to work. Gear up. Watch your backs.
Buckle up!
Out of my way.
Not a super good troll chant, but we get to protect our one unit out of this. Give you 0-2, give you 2-0. And bring that mana right back. Yeah, he does not opt to play the shaped stone. Ricochet. Moderately tempting. Make one of them big tempo plays out here. Sure. So, is Ashe where we want to be? It gives us what should be a pretty decent open. I think that's it.
My arrow?
It's just like he can... Can't he burst away the sarcophagus if... with the combat trick, right? That's the one that I would typically be afraid of there. I don't think that they can. Not when he doesn't have a unit.
Tech's good. Not sure about the workers though.
Let's see what he does. It's like I don't want to be like overly spewy here, given that we don't have that many cards left. Okay, we can't play these cards into Xerath. Right, I was thinking like if he plays like a Rock Hopper, do we still want to come in and attack with everything? It's a very real thing we might do. Summon a stasis statue to store all allied that were boomed this turn.
Gotta say, not a bad place to work. Get out!
All right, let's see where the stance swaps get us. Oh my goodness.
The horizon falls.
Oh, this is not ideal.
Come on, there's so much to see.
All right, Forge Worker. I have much faith in you. Everything is riding on you.
Samrat just won't sit still.
Come on, then.
I'm pretty convinced he has a shaped stone. I'm just going to spend the entire troll chant on his other thing here. Doing the little bit to Talia doesn't do enough. Aye, bro. Aye, you ready? Oh, man.
A little further. Bingo.
I believe in you. Look at that. You got your shirt off, your Hextech belt buckle. You got both of the bear arms this round. Oh, this guy's Descend. Come on.
Find your own. It's a trap.
I'm a little worried in our ability to boom him this game. a little worried. We need to feel the rush, and then maybe we can do something. But this is not ideal. Okay. Dumb card just converts into Shaman's Call. Is he really just gonna send it back to us? This gets him. Well, it doesn't exactly get him a Xerath flip. Okay. It's like seeing this be a oh, it does exactly get him a Xerath flip. I was just looking at the Roiling Sands, but it sucks to have to like roll the dice into the innovation, but it just doesn't feel like anything is a winner that turn. Okay, okay, we found our answer. Oh shit, I'm not letting him do it. Look at this. No, I've seen it. We did this in one game of Expedition. The first time we got to see someone come out and flip the sun disk. It was an Expedition and it was glorious, and we lost the game and then continued on the trial. I'm not doing it here. Not doing it here. All right, this will be our last one. Hopefully, we can get something sweet going on with this. Get the bare hands going. See if we can't get them that gigantic win rate that everyone is looking for. All right, reasonable enough start. Right, we bank our mana the whole way through. Get the assembly worker on 4. Get the mana back. I can get on board with this one. Get to drop the winter's breath on this Galio Nard. Say what up, my dude? This is main deck. We didn't manifest this one. All right. It's all coming together. So do we just want to drop Ashe now? We have the options to start playing these assembly workers, but this is another one of these spaces as to where, like, if he drops a big formidable, that's kind of a pain in the dick. But if he drops something like Gnar, which would be his play of choice, or, you know, just a stat-based unit, then Ashe shuts this down quite nicely. So, potential to go wrong, but I'm curious if, do we even just like trade Ashe into this stuff? Probably not. They come in with the Gnar. Okay. Pretty powerful spot now. I wonder if we can ever save Ashe from the pokey stick, right? He doesn't have it yet, but with the potential for an incoming one. Oh, a lot of that potential is gone. We'll weaken up the Gnar. That'll definitely prevent them from getting the stick. And then if we just get a trade with this dragon, I think it's okay. Not having any of that. Back to having some of that. Okay. Oh, so many shirtless bros. Bros, there's so many of you. Re-Ashe. We'll have to save that for another turn. Let's go ahead and get the bros on. We'll lose 1 to the Screeching Dragon. Might lose, you know, the Icevale Archer to a pokey stick, but I think this is pretty decent, especially since we get to bank up the mana. Plays the Hound. Wonder if we've got to have a incoming troll chant with this one. Nope, just a trade onto the Archer. Looks good. Mm-hmm. Oof. Oof, harsh winds. That's one way to get your flip dash going. So we can harsh winds both of these bros. Oh, this is gonna be sweet. Oh, we're gonna boom them. We're gonna boom them. Do we ever block Gnar just to put the damage on? I'm not like entirely familiar with the tricks they play, but I don't think that they play up with any of their tricks. Right, they aren't playing like riposts and shit like that.
Avarosa, guide me.
Faster than
So if this Ashe survives, we should be in a good spot. They can still play like the heal stuff. Ooh, it doesn't have the formidables though, right? Can't play the heal to boom him. All right, there we go. Finished it off with a good one. Nick McPlays can go and
now we rebuild.
check out the VOD, see the sweet deck that we're out here playing today. Say, oh bust, you bringing it. And so, yeah, not ultimately not a super successful run that we had with this one. We can pull it up and talk about it a little bit more if I can figure out how to do this. Let me get the deck code. All right, and so yeah, like, is this like the most powerful deck in the meta? No, it certainly has some problems with it. I'm not ultimately like sure how I feel about playing all of these decks with like the Frostbites and the Troll Chants in such a like formidable heavy meta. Like, I'm kind of curious how the meta shakes out as people like just stop playing cards because they're new and start to play decks that they think are real, like ladder grinders or tournament winners or whatnot, and where that kind of leaves things. But at the end of the day, we did get to like pull off the combos here that we were looking to do, right? We did get the flipped Jayces on board. We got to play the doubled Shaman's Calls a few times. And is that like really worth it? Probably not. Realistically, probably not. I feel like there can be a world where a lot of these concepts are good. Kind of the spell ramp thing with the guys that generate spell mana, letting you get these really powerful like turn 4 and turn 5 and turn 6 plays, right? This is still like very powerful where we say like don't play anything on 1, play Eager Apprentice on 2 to get the 3 spell mana, play Forge of Tomorrow on 3, and then play a 6-cost spell on turn 4, and then get some of that spell mana back out of the Forge. Like, this deck most certainly has like a lot of raw power to it in terms of spending a shitload of mana very quickly, right? It's not exactly like a combo deck. This is just like a ramp deck of old, is the way I would look at it. I think the problem in this is that the spells you're ramping into just aren't good enough. And so it is nice to be able to like stall and to feel the rush. It just doesn't feel like your big payoff play being assembly line, or your big payoff play being whatever you get that Lux is happy about, be it Remembrance or be it Unlicensed Innovation. It just doesn't feel like that stuff is enough. And so maybe I could kind of like get behind it if we're playing say like Jayce Lux with assembly lines and remembrances and iterative and the improvement thing, and then we had like another ramp card. It's just it feels like there's too much here that can go wrong, right? If we did multiple games to where we had these draws to where we had a bunch of ramp, but then our payoff was like Harsh Winds, or we had these hands just like full of spells and no ramp, and it's like, well, I don't have anything to do in the first few turns, and then some more of these hands where we drew multiple Forge of Tomorrows. It's just like lots of things that can be extremely awkward in here. And so this is the kind of deck that it should be fun in normals. You can pull off a lot of meme value with the Shaman's Calls. It's another deck to where I could see tournament lineups to where it's relevant. We had a pretty easy time just playing Feel the Rushes, and so maybe there's a world to where you try to play like Jayce Tryndamere and Feel the Rush into Tryndamere or something. And this gives you like a lot of reasonable ways to both get to turn 9 and do something with tons of spell mana and easily have a ton of spell mana by turn 9. Like, I could see things happening that way. And then I do think one of the interesting things here is Winter's Breath. We didn't get any of the ultra meme blowouts on our opponents as we Winter's Breath away all of their Gallios. I don't even know if this kills Gallio. He has Spell Shield. It doesn't say it targets, but it probably gets counterspelled by Gallio. You're just out here hoping and dreaming to kill all the dragons and everything. But there could be a world where something in here is useful with a tournament lineup. But was the idea of playing Jayce flipped and then doubling up a Shaman's Call and giving Jayce like +6/+6 and then +2 overwhelm for like eight attack and overwhelm, so he's like a 13 attack overwhelm or whatever. It's cool to pull off, but it's probably not enough to be a real deck. I'm curious now if you can like OTK on turn 5 with that. I wonder if that's ever a thing. Maybe that's something to keep in the back of our heads as a potential for the future, is pulling off a Jayce OTK. I don't think you have enough mana to do that fast enough, right? If you need to play 2 6-cost spells and then you need to play the Shaman's Call as your third 6-cost spell, it's probably pretty tough to pull off, but you might be able to do that with the right amount of ramp with the Forge Chief and the Apprentice and the Forge of Tomorrows and stuff. But maybe that's something to keep in mind as well for the future if we get like a double striker or something, or an easy way to give out double strike and we just make big OTKs with Jayce or something. It's always there. There's some kind of potential, but yeah, is this going to be your grind to masters deck? Probably not. I feel like our games throughout the week have been much easier than this one was. But nonetheless, I had a good time with it. I hope you all enjoyed the video and had a good time as well. And that is going to do it for us today. And so I hope everyone enjoyed the games. You got Jayce's digits at the end of the day. Maybe learned a thing or two along the way and had a good time watching. This is Bust, and we thank you for being here.